Here's your script for the video on the Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR, and its latest updates, laid out in paragraphs. Feel free to adjust pacing or tone to match your channel. In recent years, Mercedes-Benz has offered the Vision AVTR as more than simply another concept car. It's a statement of intent. Originally unveiled as a collaboration with the makers of the film Avatar, the AVTR stands for Advanced Vehicle Transformation and Revolution. The idea was to show a future mobility vision in which machine, human and nature merge in harmony, rather than the car simply existing in isolation. This philosophical grounding is what makes AVTR fascinating. It signals that Mercedes-Benz sees the car of tomorrow not just as transport, but as part of a larger ecosystem. ia-mobility.com+2. Technically speaking, the AVTR concept pushes boundaries. It embraces sustainable materials throughout, biodegradable and recyclable batteries, a design that rejects rare and toxic elements, and a visual language inspired by nature. For example, Mercedes cites graphene-based organic cell technology and zero-emission design aims as part of its holistic vision. At the same time, the AVTR includes wild features like wheels capable of rotating to allow crab walk-style movement, multi-motor individual control per wheel, and even exterior surfaces that act like bionic flaps, responding to environment and driver interplay. All of these are more show car territory than production-ready, but they map the direction the company is exploring. Mercedes-Benz.ca+1. Mercedes-Benz.ca+1. As we move toward 2025 and beyond, what's notable is how many of those AVTR-inspired ideas are showing up in the real world or being signposted by Mercedes. While the AVTR itself remains a concept and hasn't been confirmed for production, the firm has used it as a testbed for elements like sustainable battery tech, human-machine interface innovation, biomimetic design cues and advanced mobility systems. For example, discussions around a high-capacity lithium-silicon battery, rapid charging capabilities, and LEVEL4 autonomy are all referenced in recent industry coverage. That means even if you never buy an AVTR, you may experience some of its DNA in future Mercedes electric models. COVID Care Hub +1. One of the key areas to watch is autonomy and interface design. The AVTR concept envisions gesture controls, biometric vehicle-to-driver connection, displays that project into the palm of your hand, and a human-machine bond that goes beyond typical feedback loops. On the autonomy side, features like crab walk, maneuverability hint at new movement possibilities, while Mercedes statements have pointed toward Level 4 automation scenarios for highway driving in future models. The fact that this is coming from a premium brand adds extra weight. There's expectation for performance, luxury and refinement alongside radical tech. ia-mobility.com+1. In terms of sustainability, AVTR is arguably setting a benchmark rather than meeting one. The concept has been pitched with zero-emissions mobility in mind, recyclable battery components, vegan interior materials, and a vehicle architecture that tries to minimize resource waste. More practically, the question remains how much of that can scale to production, and at what cost. Already, analysts say that even if a production version existed, the technology stack would push it into ultra-luxury territory, far beyond mainstream EV pricing. That means for many viewers, the AVTR remains aspirational. But its influence may be seen in trickle-down features years later. ADAS and Autonomous Vehicle International +1. iCartea. So what are the concrete updates for 2025 we should note? While Mercedes has not committed to a production AVTR with a timetable, there are reports of a transition from concept to platform influence. One article projected that models influenced by the AVTR's ethos could appear globally in late 2024 and expand in 2025. This signals that rather than a one-off show car, AVTR is functioning as a blueprint. The crucial takeaway: watching Mercedes' upcoming electric launches will give hints of AVTR's DNA even if the badge is not used. COVID Care Hub +1. Another update worth mentioning. While the AVTR itself is rooted in its 2020 debut, the broader Vision series from Mercedes recently introduced the Mercedes-Benz Vision iconic concept in October 2025, styling cues of which signal how Mercedes' design language will evolve, something that will ultimately benefit how AVTR-derived tech is applied. That concept uses solar active paint, neuromorphic computing and self-driving preparation. In other words, AVTR is part of a continuum of Mercedes-Benz's forward thinking. TechRadar +1. For potential buyers, enthusiasts, or industry watchers, the implications are clear. If you're considering a high-end electric model from Mercedes over the next few years, think of the AVTR as the North Star. Features like multi-motor drive, highly efficient battery systems, autonomous behavior, interior interfaces beyond touch screens, sustainable materials, and even motion capabilities beyond forward, backward are being hinted at. The timeline is still fluid, however. Widespread commercial availability of full AVTR-style vehicles may be some years away, and cost will likely be high. But incremental advances in upcoming Mercedes EVs are very plausible. In conclusion, the Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR remains a vision rather than a production reality, but that is exactly its purpose. It defines where Mercedes wants to go, combining luxury, sustainability, autonomy and biomimetic design. For 2025 enthusiasts, the key update is the shift from dreaming to implementation, as Mercedes begins to embed AVTR-inspired technology into real-world models. As the industry transitions toward electric, autonomous mobility, AVTR acts as a roadmap for a future where driving, or not driving, can become a richer, more integrated experience.